Gentleman from California, Mr. Levin, is recognized for an amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment at the desk and ask unanimous consent to dispense with its reading.
Without objection, the reading of the amendment is dispensed with, and the gentleman is recognized for remarks on his amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment is about ensuring the Bureau of Land Management can carry out its responsibilities efficiently for all energy types. There are currently more than 60 utility-scale solar, wind, and geothermal projects under active review by the BLM. That represents over 25 gigawatts of proposed clean energy capacity, which is poised to unlock billions of dollars in private investment, particularly in rural areas of California, Arizona, Idaho, Nevada, and other western states. Many of these communities rely on the revenue from these projects for infrastructure, schools, and emergency services. And with federal permitting required to move forward, timelines really matter. Turning now to the appropriations that help carry out energy permitting and help get these projects built. The oil, gas, and coal permitting offices received $118 million last year. This year, that number is increasing in this bill to $130 million. That's a $12 million boost. The Renewable Energy Office, meanwhile, is being cut in this bill from $40 million down to $10 million. That's a 75% reduction. So again, oil and gas goes from 118 up to 130, and renewable goes from 40 down to 10. It's obviously a serious imbalance. The amendment that I'm proposing does not add any new spending. It simply shifts the $12 million increase from fossil permitting over to the renewable office. Fossil permitting stays fully funded at last year's level of 118, no change. Renewable permitting moves to $22 million, which is still a 45% cut from last year, but far more workable. Permitting staff are already stretched thin, and recently the department added new steps to the permitting process for solar and wind, requiring personal sign-off by the secretary. That may be a policy choice that some of you agree with, maybe some don't. I do not, but either way, more process means more work, and more work requires people to get the job done. If the renewable office doesn't have capacity, these projects stall. That means delayed job creation, lost investment, and missed opportunities for energy development in communities that are counting on it. Again, in all of our states. This isn't about picking one energy source over another. It's about keeping all permitting offices properly funded so that government works the way it should. Again, this amendment does not cut funding for fossil permitting by one penny. It uses the increase proposed for fossil permitting to ensure the renewable office isn't left unable to function. And accordingly, this amendment does not raise some of the spending concerns or create any of the 302B issues as raised with other amendments. This is a modest adjustment that helps keep projects moving and reflects shared priorities: energy development, efficiency, and economic growth. I urge my colleagues to support the amendment. Thank you, and I'll yield back.
Thank the gentleman. The gentleman from Idaho, Mr. Simpson, is recognized to respond to the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the gentleman for actually finding an offset, even though I disagree with the offset. So consequently, I'm going to rise in opposition to this amendment. The Interior Bill funds programs that champion American energy dominance. This bill supports the President's strategy to unleash American energy, create jobs, and enhance our national security. We embraced opportunities to support the administration's requested increases to the Bureau of Land Management, oil, gas, and coal development activities. For so long, the prior administration hamstrung our fossil fuel industry from burdensome regulations to de facto bans. Our fossil resources were not able to be harnessed. I, too, am a fan of an all-of-the-above energy strategy, and unfortunately, we're now playing catch-up after the prior administration's attempted ban on fossil fuels. So I cannot support this amendment that robs Peter to pay Paul, and I'm not opposed to wind and solar power by any stretch of the imagination. It's appropriate in the right places. We found one place in Idaho, and it took us 4 years to try to ban it. In this place where they wanted to put wind towers. They would have been taller than the Space Needle, 144 of them. It would have impinged on the Japanese internment camp memorial in southeast Idaho. But the prior administration just wanted to push forward. There was not one person. This is a community of probably in the valley of maybe 100,000 people. Not one person in 4 years came up to me and said, yeah, we need to move forward with this project. Everybody was opposed to it, but they just wanted to push forward because it was renewable energy. It was wind power. So wind power is is fine in the right places and appropriate places. Same thing with solar. The problem with solar is it's intermittent also, in that it runs into a problem about 12 hours a day on a normal day. The sun sets. We need more base load, and that's what's happening here. And when you do these digital centers, these data centers that are being built all over the country, they need power all the time, not intermittent power. So I think we did the right thing in this bill, moving in the right direction of an all-of-the-above energy policy. And so I would encourage my members to vote against this amendment, and I yield back.
Thank you, gentleman. Gentlelady from Maine, Ms. Pingree, is recognized to address the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I rise in support of this amendment, and I thank the gentleman for submitting it. On day one, the Trump administration said, we are experiencing an energy emergency, but they also said we won't fund wind and solar. It is totally short-sighted to not use all the tools in the toolbox. In 2024, solar and wind energy combined accounted for 17% of total U.S. electricity generation. Stifling clean energy development increases utility bills for Americans. According to Center for American Progress, investments in clean energy, electrification, and efficiency will save the average household $500 annually in reduced energy costs. It is ludicrous that this administration has decided to shut down wind and solar. They're backing up on this. I support this gentleman's amendment, and I hope that we can move forward on this, and I yield back.
The gentleman from West Virginia is recognized to address the amendment.
Sorry. Mr. Chairman, I move to strike the last word. I just wanted to speak just briefly on something we adopted earlier, the manager's amendment specifically. We went through it very quickly, so I wasn't able to speak to it. So I just want to point something out, that we've talked a lot about water in here through this markup. And one thing I wanted to highlight is the work that I did with Chairman Simpson on part of an amendment that was included in that manager's amendment. And myself and Carol Miller, Congresswoman in the 1st Congressional District of West Virginia, we worked on language to shine a light on the ongoing water crisis that is going on in West Virginia. Today, there are American citizens living in Wyoming County and McDowell counties without access to clean water. This is a little depiction of this. It's kind of hard to believe. And the people of communities like Bradshaw and Oceana turn on their kitchen sinks and their bathtubs and their washing machines and only have them to fill up with brown, rancid smelling water. So hard to believe. This is not a coffee maker. This is a washing machine. Hard to believe. This is the type of water that they're getting right now out of their public water systems. And so with that, this is certainly unacceptable. And so no parent should ever have to wonder why are they going to be able to ensure clean drinking water for their children and their community. This is something that we've suffered with in the southern coal fields of West Virginia for quite a long time, but my amendment requires the Environmental Protection Agency to break through the logjam. A lot of finger pointing has been going on, and to break through that logjam, the various government agencies to get to the bottom of the situation. It requires the EPA to brief the committee on what resources it has for communities like those in southern West Virginia so we can end this clean water crisis. So there is really no point in having something called an Environmental Protection Agency if it is unable or unwilling to address plumes or orange bacteria in the drinking water of actual human beings. And I'm grateful to Chairman Simpson for working to include this in the manager's amendment. And when we get to this part, I certainly urge all my colleagues to vote for this bill. It's going to go a long way to help those communities in the southern coal fields. And I thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield back.
Thank the gentleman. Are there further members wishing to address the amendment? Seeing none, the gentleman's recognized for 1 minute to close.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of thoughts. One is that Secretary Burgum can shut down any solar or wind project that he doesn't like. And point number two is that all we're asking for is $118 million for oil, gas, fossil, and $22 million for renewable. It's still 6-1 roughly, and under Biden it was 3-1. It was roughly 118 versus about 40. So the thought that somehow fossil was getting shortchanged is simply incorrect. The other thing I would say is I want energy dominance too. I don't want to lose all those jobs. I don't want to lose those jobs in California. I don't want to lose those jobs in Arizona. I don't want to lose those jobs in Idaho and all the other states, in Nevada. Those jobs are going to go away if we cannot cite and permit those projects. These are good projects. These are good American jobs, high-skilled, high-wage jobs. All we're saying is just keep funding where it is at the $118 million for fossil. Everybody can do all their hard work for those projects and still get those projects cited, permitted, and built. But don't kneecap the renewable, particularly over politics. Jobs are jobs, Mr. Chairman. Jobs are jobs whether in Idaho, jobs are jobs in California, jobs are jobs in Nevada, Arizona. I don't know why we're politicizing this. And we're asking for something very modest here, some basic fairness, basic equity, and conceding a 45% reduction in the funding amount for renewable. 45% reduction, while keeping a 6-1 for fossil. And you won't even agree to that. What will you agree to? And as far as the intermittency argument, I hear that. But we also have storage that helps a lot of those projects become baseload projects. And with that, I'll yield back.
Thank you, gentlemen. The question is now on the amendment offered by the gentleman from California. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it. Roll call has been requested. Sufficient number of hands have been raised. Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Adderholt. Mr. Adderholt, no. Mr. Aguilar. Mr. Alford. Mr. Alford, no. Mr. Amadei. Mr. Amadei, no. Mrs. Bice. Mrs. Bice, no. Mr. Bishop. Mr. Calvert. Mr. Calvert, no. Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, no. Mr. Case. Mr. Case, aye. Mr. Siscamani. Mr. Klein. Mr. Cloud. Mr. Cloud, no. Mr. Clyburn. Mr. Clyburn, aye. Mr. Clyde. Mr. Clyde, no. Mr. Cole. No. Mr. Cole, no. Mr. Cuellar. Ms. Dean. Ms. Dean, aye. Mr. Loro. Mr. Loro, aye. Mr. Diaz-Balart. Mr. Diaz-Balart, no. Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards, no. Mr. Elzey. Mr. Elzey, no. Miss Escobar. Miss Escobar, aye. Mr. Espaillat. Mr. Espaillat, aye. Mr. Fleischman. Mr. Fleischman, no. Miss Frankel. Mr. Franklin, oh, Miss Frankel, aye. Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, no. Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, no. Mr. Guest. Mr. Guest, no. Mr. Harder. Mr. Harder, aye. Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris, no. Mrs. Hinson. Mrs. Hinson, no. Mr. Hoyer. Mr. Ivy. Mr. Joyce. Ms. Captor. Ms. Captor, aye. Mr. Lalota. Mr. Lalota, no. Ms. Lee. Ms. Lee, aye. Ms. Letlow. Ms. Letlow, no. Mr. Levin. Mr. Levin, aye. Ms. Malloy. Ms. Malloy, no. Ms. McCullum. Ms. McCullum, aye. Ms. Ming. Ms. Ming, aye. Mr. Molinar. Mr. Molinar, no. Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore, no. Mr. Morelli. Mr. Morelli, aye. Mr. Mervan. Mr. Mervan, aye. Mr. Newhouse. Mr. Newhouse, no. Ms. Perez. Ms. Pingree. Ms. Pingree, no. Ms. Pingree, aye. Mr. Pocan. Mr. Pocan. Mr. Pocan, aye. Mr. Quigley? Mr. Quigley, aye. Mr. Reschenthaler? Mr. Reschenthaler, no. Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers, no. Mr. Rutherford? Mr. Rutherford, no. Mr. Simpson? Mr. Simpson, no. Mr. Strong? Mrs. Torres? Mrs. Torres, aye. Ms. Underwood? Ms. Underwood, aye. Mr. Valadeo? Mr. Valadeo, no. Ms. Wasserman Schultz? Ms. Wasserman Schultz, aye. Mrs. Watson Coleman? Mrs. Watson Coleman, aye. Mr. Womack? Mr. Womack, no. Mr. Zinke?
Are there any members wishing to vote or record their vote, or change their vote? Gentleman from Georgia.
Mr. Bishop, aye.
Gentleman from California.
Mr. Aguilar, aye.
Gentleman from Maryland.
Mr.
Other
Ivey,
gentlemen from
aye.
Maryland.
Mr.
Gentlemen-
Hoyer, aye.
Gentleman from Virginia.
Mr. Klein, no.
Gentleman from Alabama.
Mr. Strong, no.
Gentleman from Ohio.
Mr. Joyce, no.
Did Ice vote?
Yes. She did vote.
Okay. How about Newhouse? He was there. Okay. Are there other members wishing to vote or change their vote? Seeing none, clerk will tally. On this vote, the ayes are 26, the noes are 33. The amendment is not adopted.